Hi guys, welcome back. It's been a while, I know. Has it been 2 weeks? I know it's been more than 1 week, and I'm very sorry. It's my bad, I was busy. But that just means I have fun updates for y'all. And I'll do it while I reapply my henna freckles, which you've seen before. But this time, I'm doing it right. I put lime juice and sugar on this pad. Supposed to make the color show better. Big part of today's update is about the 3 jobs I'm applying to, or like 2 now, I guess. Well, 1 really. Oh my god, that was quite sad. Let's start with, I guess, the fish tank update. So the other day, I was like, the algae is kind of taking over my tank. It just looks a bit yellow overall, and I'm kind of tired of having to scrape the walls of my tank like so often. So I went to the fish supply store. It's actually not a store, it's a booth in the flower market. Went straight to the booth and I was like, I need shrimp because I need them to eat some of my algae. And the guy was super nice. He gave me advice on how to avoid it by just like not keeping the lights on for so many hours a day. So right now I'm doing 8 hours a day because ever since I planted the tank, I have this idea that if I don't keep the lights on, they'll just die on me. I guess it's unfounded because they've been doing fine and I've been limiting their daylight hours to 5 hours ever since I got back from the store. And he also sold me some shrimp, but he was like, you would probably want like 50 shrimp in that tank because I told him it's 23 liters. I don't know what that is in gallons, I'm sorry. 50? And he was super nice. He's like, maybe just buy them online. It'll be way cheaper than buying from us. But you know, like, first of all, I already drove there and it was so crowded that day. And finding a parking spot was so difficult. Like, I actually had to battle with this other lady. And she just would not budge. Even though I am like there first, she just drove really quick and blocks my way to the spot that I was already like gonna get, and she just kept staring at me through the windshield, and I was just like, it's clearly my spot, because it's one of those where the spots are angled, so if you come from one direction you can just drive straight in, and she was coming from the other side, so she would need to do like this weird maneuver just to get my spot, but like she would not budge. And you know, like, she was middle-aged. I was like, oh no, like she's probably a Karen, and I just didn't want to be in a staring contest with her. So I flipped her off, and I told the fish guy, I was like, you see, well, I'm all the way here, and if I buy from you, I know the shrimp are healthy and in a good condition. So he was like, yeah, like, why not? So he sold them to me probably at a hiked price, but he was also like, I'll just give you a discount since you're buying so many. So it was fine. I put them in my tank and they went straight to work, y'all. It was so cute. Now I got little shrimp army in my tank cleaning my algae. They were doing all fine and dandy until today. I wake up and I was like, why are there many like tiny fish in my tank? Since when? And I start thinking, because every time I buy from him, there's bound to be snails. They reproduce like crazy because they don't need to mate to reproduce. I immediately start taking them out, and right now I have like 10. I already found 10. Okay, so today I see all the tiny fish and I'm like, oh no. I was like, did his shrimp water also have like fish babies in them that I just didn't see for a couple days? But no, the other female fish gave birth. The other female fish gave birth. So she got pregnant before I could separate her and the male. Oh my god. You know how they say, like, when you have your like first child, you take such good care and you want to make sure everything's right? That's kind of my situation when my first female fish gave birth. I tried everything to separate them, like to make sure they're all good. And then this one, I'm just like, damn, they're doing kind of well on their own. I was like, maybe I don't need to separate them. I was like, if they live, they live. If they die, they die. And honestly, the tank is bigger now, and the mama fish is being really well fed. All sort of like shrimps and stuff instead of just the flakes. So yeah, she's not being very aggressive, and So I put babies that were born like a month ago now also back into that tank with her. So now it's such a nice little ecosystem. Like the shrimp are working super hard, the fishies are swimming around. Yeah, it's just adorable. Okay, next I guess I'll talk a bit about the jobs, because I'm sorry, like I don't know if anyone finds this interesting, but I just need to like tell someone about it because it's pissing me off. So basically, let's talk about the first job, the one that I said went so well, and I got sent back with the notion that they really want me, but then they just like ignored me for, I would say, 3 weeks. So basically the other day, they messaged me again. They're like, we're so sorry, we were so busy these past weeks. She was like, now we want to see you for a second interview. But before it, here's this take-home homework that we want you to do. And it is the most confusing wording I have ever seen. So imagine you have this, actually, let me find it so I can read it for you. Suppose there were an established online course series focused on the psychological development of parent-child relationships, covering topics such as parent-child communication, emotional management, adolescent interactions, and conflict resolution in family education. Please find a course that integrates the capabilities of AI large model agents and consider how to transform this traditional recorded psychological course video into an AI-enhanced version. Utilize agent tools to create an interactive, companionable, and dialogic psychological support agent products for home education. Please output the following: an interactive prototype that describes the product's positioning, the core capabilities of the AI agent, user scenarios, and the initial form of the product's implementation. Explain how AI-powered dialogue can replace one-way instruction, enabling parents to engage in immersive learning and improving parent-child relationships. What? I'm pretty sure they used AI to write this because it makes no sense. And then she was like, send this to me by Friday. I'm not even sure what they want me to do because I'm not really like a tech person. The position that I interviewed for was operations, how to better their SOP and better their design, user studies, user research, market research, stuff like that. I was like, do you want me to like present my ideas in a PowerPoint? And she was like, that PowerPoint and also make the product in a website. And I know that I could just use like vibe coding to make a website and whatnot, but it's just like, I feel like it's a bad sign. Like if they already want me to do something that's not in the job description and like completely different, what are they gonna make me do in the future? You know what I mean? Like what else are they gonna make me do when I actually gotta get the job? It seems like they want someone who can do everything, but they don't have the money or don't want to pay the money to hire different people with different capabilities. I was like, oh man, I don't know if I can do this. And I waited for a day or two to really think it over, but in the end I was just like, I don't think I can do this. But yeah, it's really disappointing because initially the first interview was all about the stuff that I thought the job was about, and it's not really like AI focused at all. Like the things that they could improve on, I don't know why they're so busy to like jump on the AI train and make everything AI based when they have so many other things to improve that takes way less effort and would have better results. Okay, so that was very disappointing. And another reason why I told her I don't think I'm a good fit is because I have another deadline by Friday. If you remember, I interviewed for 2 teaching positions. One is TOEFL, test of English as a foreign language, as a speaking and a listening teacher, and the other job is A-level psychology. So I went to both interviews last week and both of them really liked me. I got basically offers to start training with them. But the thing that's tricky about the like education business that's like private, not by the state and stuff here, is that you have to be trained with the company, and they do a unpaid program. So you have to, you know, spend your time and your energy on it. For the A-level one, it's a whole month. I got the TOEFL offer first, and they've been really anal about me signing it like immediately, which really pisses me off. And now they're like, you have to sign it today to even start your training, which doesn't make sense because earlier they told me that training would be later this month, and then if I pass the training, they'll give me the offer. But now they're making me sign this legally binding document even before my training starts. So like, what happens if they don't want me after the training? It's just very annoying and very shady, I feel like. So I don't know if I should sign it. So the A-level one, which is the one that I'm actually interested in because it's related to my field of study, they were like, come do a physical written test of the exam on Friday at our company. And if you get like 70% or over, we will start your training. So the reason this company is slightly better is because, first of all, the whole time you train, you don't have to sign a legally binding contract to their like company, which makes sense because they decide if you want you or not after the training. And another reason that this company is like less shady, I guess, is that they would help me get basically my teacher's license that's approved by the state within my first 6 months of teaching there. Overall, I just feel like they are more legit and they're trying a bit harder to at least provide good teachers to these students instead of just like trying to sign the most people ever. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I am a psychology major. It just makes sense. So I've been learning the material and I'm doing some mock exams lately. It's interesting. I think I have a good grasp on the material. I'm feeling pretty good about it. So these are the 2/3 job updates. So another thing I did lately. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. You're wondering, why are we standing? You never stand for the intro. Well, it's cause I need to show you the fit I have on. What importance does it have? Actually, there's no importance. It's cause we're gonna be standing for most of the video today. Cause it's time for my closet clean out. So I do this like twice a year, once for preparation for the summer and once for winter to see which ones I wanna keep and which ones I wanna donate. Kind of hate doing this every year because it's so tiresome. So hopefully by making a video about it, it'll make me motivated to do it. Guys, I'm so scared right now. So basically, all of my stuff needs to fit into these two boxes. And as you can see, they're kind of half full, but the problem is it's summer clothes in there and winter clothes are thicker. Let's open them up and see what kind of stuff we have before we transport the stuff we're gonna keep. Here are how the freckles turned out. My skin has been kind of irritated, so ignore that.